happens the gates open. This is me being unable to read.
That is
what I'm looking at. I was just like, why am I saying this? Like, people aren't just deciding to wait to pick their heroes for no good reason here. Like, yeah, it's online, but people aren't that scared of people coming in and you know, potentially figuring out what they're going to be running.
I imagine both teams will be running on the 3-3 here. I don't think we're going to be seeing LeGDAY Gong on the Reaper. I don't think it's going to be very possible.
No, that seems very not likely.
RunAway actually look like they're going to roll out Hisu on the McCree, though.
Nope.
But Mag is on Winston, Sowat on Winston as well. So it is a 3-3 matchup with the Winston rather than the Ryan.
Yeah, it's Winston Goats v. Winston Goats. And already it's going to be Sowat getting directly in again. And very aggressive early, but RunAway just to counter engage. They isolate Rookie that goes directly for the Zarya, and I don't think Rookie expected it. And after that, there's no more bubbles. You go turn the Sowat, and it is a decisive counter engage here from RunAway. And now they just get to rotate back over to the point and take it rather easily.
And you want to talk about what sort of the strength of communication there. You see Mag getting ready to jump onto the bridge and immediately turns around, hearing the calls from Sowat is behind. So just strong communication there. RunAway, just a minor thing, really. As MVP have made the swap onto Ryan.
That was really good pressure from Mag there, where new MVP was going forward, just casually walks forward, never in danger, but still close enough to get a good amount of cleave. Very likely now to get Primal for this next fight. MVP, meanwhile, they've swapped to a Ryan composition. It's a little bit more powerful in close combat, but not when Primal Rage is up, and already they take down Sowat before the Primal. Excellent isolation from RunAway.
Robbie gets 2, though it's not going to win them the fight, especially with Finn going down late, but it is going to give him the beat. The next fight, RunAway still holding point. MVP, when you're playing this Reinhardt comp, it's going to be a tough sell because you have to get out of that choke. Realistically, especially while Mag has this Primal, the environmental hazards are going to work against them here. They really need to just get this presence here. Need to get this fragging power from this Reinhardt for Sowat.
If Mag has it his way, he's going to turn the white room into a red room. This Primal Rage immediately going to be using it here. So let's MVP through, and Sowat doesn't even get the barrier. He's so isolated, booped out of the way that they have to layer the Transcendence in just to save Sowat. Meanwhile, RunAway just collapsing onto the point. They use a grab of their own. Now they have a Transcendence out. MVP, only a rally to help keep people alive. Getting forced out, and RunAway, they still have the ultimate trump card here. They have the barrier, LEGDAY gone, gonna drop the barrier, and now MVP going to be very unlikely to sustain through this. They have a grab of their own. They're able to disengage though, so actually still winnable. Sowat dropping the shatter of his own, moving forward, looking for the pin, and MVP actually able to flip this.
Incredible sustain from MVP, and despite that grab coming out as well for Hisu, MVP were able to live through it. There's a backline entirely able to live through it through great bubbles from Rookie. So, and it did just the late rally from Valentine. So just really great sustain from MVP.
For RunAway to not win that was very interesting because they had a moment of pure power. They had barrier versus absolutely nothing on the other side, and they couldn't isolate any kills. MVP had a very good disengage.
One of the advantages of having the Reinhardt there, because they could hide behind the barrier there, absorb a lot of that damage. MVP now controlling point. They're coming up on that triple support. Also, Husu though, taking Rookie.
Ooh. Well, look at him. He's keeping the Zen out of the fight. He used Transcendence, but he's nowhere near. That is incredible isolation. Super hard to do. And Mag just going to chomp down on his well-earned reward at the end. That was ridiculous.
Mag absolutely bullying Finn there. Keeping the Transcendence out of the fight, getting them isolated, and getting the pick off while the rest of them win the fight on the point.
I'm just going to remind everyone here, just on the off chance that it's not super obvious, Zenyatta's really, really quick in Transcendence. You don't have tons of mobility in the Winston. The fact that Mag was able to juggle Finn that far out of the fight, make Transcendence a non-factor, that is not something you see every day in Overwatch. That was actually just a completely bonkers high-level play.
It was, I mean, a fight-winning, a round-winning play right there from Mag. Now, moving on, RunAway going to be rolling out here on this Reinhardt 3-3. MVP as well going to be sticking on the Reinhardt. Both teams rolling out here to the mid. For your matchup. And something to watch here, extremely importantly, is going to be the bubbles for both Zaryas.
Sowat in the front here, and they actually go for the self-Zarya bubble early, just buying a little bit more space. Now, the fight getting a little bit more in contest. Heavy pressure going to Sowat, but at the same time, LeGDAY gone. getting focused down. He was going for the disruptive boop, couldn't get out in time, but so what? Still gonna fall. RunAway, they stay the course, they go for the tank on the other side. Meanwhile, protecting Mag all the while, but it comes at a price. QOQ is down, and suddenly, RunAway now looking a lot less healthy and whole.
With QOQ gone, this actually gives MVP a great ability to just win the slow fight here. The rally's going to be out very early from Valentine Shui, trading there. Both teams on the point. Someone is back, but Gangnam going to get the DMAC onto Jasper.
Graviton from RunAway, buying them perhaps a little bit of room, but nope, Gangnam just going to be pooped off the side. MVP, just too much manpower on the point, getting the better of the early poke war. RunAway, though, not making it easy for him, although at some point you do want to just leave. They're kind of feeding ults.
Yeah, they didn't make it easy, but they have also built up MVP's ult bank quite effectively here, especially with Hisu using that grab and not getting really anything out of it. Not getting great frag, not getting great stall there. And really the first fight, when you look at the tempo that's happening, a lot of it came from LeGDAY going for that early boot and dying early in that very first exchange.
Now, the one upside for RunAway is that the time bank isn't as bad as it could have been. They did get early control, later to be flipped, so they're still technically in the lead. Graviton, though, going to be coming from MVP. The bomb, later at the top of Jasper. Easy three-pointer right on the top. And good execution for MVP there.
Yeah, great setup. Getting the trans out of Gangnam Jin as well. They make sure to burn all the bubbles for RunAway, so there are no extra barriers, especially when that displacement comes out. So good cleanup. MVP going to be in a really good position here, considering that they are able. They're also ahead in the Transcendence. Hisu not that close to the grab himself.
Oh, they got chunked so heavily early on. Combination Fire Strike into the out of pressure, putting MVP in the back foot. So trying to equalize, dropping a shatter of his own, going to force out the barrier on the other side. RunAway committing to this fight. Hisu's going to get grabbed right in the middle of it. Grab built up mid-fight. Grabs connecting on the other side. Going to be forcing out Transcendence. But guess what? Here comes Bomb over the top. Charge in from Mag, opening things up. Transcendence or no. And RunAway now in a good spot to retake.
Yeah, Rookie's gonna go down late here, unless he wins the duel here with Hisu. Hisu he grabbed the pack. Not a huge, not gonna flip the point by any means, but that is great for MVP considering that he gets that late frag, he retains his energy, and in addition builds up that ult charge, ult charge for another grab, which is gonna be far ahead of Hisu.
Yeah, I mean, the key difference in winning that fight is that it just ends up being a quicker Graviton, which does help out here. It's going to be probably traded out for Gangnam Jin's Transcendence, but, you know, you take what you can get.
MVP now dropping down, Mag backing up, RunAway moving towards the point, knowing that they don't have that grab. Here comes the boot from LeGDAY, but they aren't able to get much out of it.
Oh, Mag just steps up through the shield, drops a shatter, knocks down two in the back. RunAway not quite able to make the most of it, though. Instead, rookie Graviton can be invested here. RunAway all together, getting them using the Transcendence as expected. The trade 1-for-1. Jasper gets the self-destruct a little bit later in the fight. Layers it into the middle. MVP moving forward. RunAway, though, able to disengage. Counter Graviton now out from Hisu. Back on the other side. Moving forward. Charging off the map is Mag. Gets somewhat out of the equation, and RunAway going to hold on.
And MVP had a great advantage in that fight, but they couldn't convert. They couldn't get any value out of that grab because they used the bomb early. They come and grab afterwards, but there was no way to move forward. They had no way to really just be aggressive there.
Note that this is going to be one fight margin here for MVP. They must win in the next engage. RunAway, though, just absolutely smothering the choke. They have ult advantage, and then some. Shatter going to be knocked down here by Mag. Going to be leading into one early pick off the Ryan, likely two rookie and rough shape, and that's going to be it. RunAway taking this first map here pretty easily, and of course it's just clean up here, but it's going to go RunAway's way, and it's decisive. It was close, but still decisive in favor of RunAway.
Yeah, they just were able to. What it mostly came down to, especially on this round here, this stage of Lijiang, is that RunAway, that last fight where you see MVP move in with those ult advantages, that grab advantages, they couldn't convert, and a huge part of that is because of the presence on a SoWhat. SoWhat's been having kind of a rough time so far. I think RunAway have been having a lot of great focus onto him, onto his barrier, and when you deny that barrier health, especially in this PvP matchup, your Reinhardt can be doesn't really have that room, doesn't have that space to be aggressive.
Hey, I mean, he's just been getting isolated repeatedly, but also it's not just SoWhat. They've had times where SoWhat thinks he's under pressure, and they decide to turn over to the right and take down Rookie. So RunAway's good at varying up who they're going to be focusing down, where, yeah, I mean, I think in most scenarios you want to focus on the Reinhardt, but if you can get the Zarya down early because they're just not expecting that little focus fire out of nowhere, also super effective, especially because a lot of times Zarya won't even have self-bubble up, right? They'll self-bubble early for energy, and then it's like, but wait, we can punish you right after this for this.
They're giving a lot of value as well from support ult use, or from not even support ult usage, just support combo play. LeGDAY, you see, going for those aggressive boops often. I mean, he did lose his life in that first fight in that last round there. But it's actually just setting up constant combo plays here, putting the pressure on to MVP where they have to use their cooldowns, use their supports like in a position rather reactionary rather than in a very proactive manner. So it's something to be watched out for.
And not only that, but also Mag. I mean, when you have a Primal that just removes a Transcending Zen out of the fight, that is the dream. But guys, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, map 2 underway. First matchup of the day was a bit of power versus deception with La Sombra. Here in the second match of the day, it is power versus power, but right now, you have to think that RunAway is running away with it, where they have just been outright stronger at 3-3 setups.
And I mean, it's the first map of the series, but they did look extremely dominant, and based off the performances so far, I mean, nothing to be shocked by in terms of how consistently good they are, in terms of how strong they are right now in 3-3, but there's still plenty more maps to go in the series. Right now, it's RunAway just getting a lot better value out of their combo play, a lot better value overall in terms of their ult economy.
And I think the key term there is just better overall. It's not that, when you take a look at what we've seen here so far, it's not that there's been any huge failings from MVP. It's just RunAway has been remarkably crisp and clean here across the board. Whether you look to ult economy, individual play, focus fire, it's been really good. And it's not that MVP has been bad, it's just they've been up against some excellence here.
Definitely, and we are moving on to our second map of the series. It's going to be Eichenwald, and this is MVP's chance to. I think when you're against a team that's just so incredibly dominant on 3-3 and just knows essentially are a hive mind in terms of how they use their cooldowns and their ult economy, the control could be an extremely rough matchup.
Yes,
because it just punishes those mistakes and those fight losses so much more heavily. So I think Eichenwald is a much better chance for MVP to equalize.
Think about the pressure this puts on MVP from here on out, though. Let's take it on face value that RunAway, better control team, going to be very difficult for MVP to win control. That means that the main winning condition here for MVP to take the series, they need to win out for the rest of the year.
Can't go to tiebreakers.
No, because for RunAway, their job here is pretty simple. They can breathe easy because so long as they get one of the next 3 maps, guess what? They get to go to control. So this is definitely a tough mountain to climb already for MVP.
Moving in here to our second map of the series. Both teams just loading up.
Someone told a good joke for RunAway. There was movement on laughter there in the cameras.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the joke was just like, imagine getting your whole roster sold to Overwatch League and then still being undefeated. Still being the best team in Korea.
Imagine all the money we're gonna make.
Imagine.
Well, that's no joke. That is just the dream. But we'll see what MVP decides to come out here with. Don't think it's going to be the McCree set, but, I'm willing to be surprised. But no, it is not the Wait. Yeah, no.
Interesting. I like that. A very interesting play there where they roll out with the McCree Hog to try to catch a Sombra or something that's holding close. throwing out the hooks. But now they're swapping onto the 3-3. It's going to be not quite the mirror matchup since Mag will be on Winston. RunAway going to try to get this early cleave damage.
And the key disparity between the two is that basically MVP wants to get to the point quickly without Mag being anywhere close to Primal. RunAway wants to get good Winston cleave, make MVP take a long time of rotations, have Primal by the time they get over there. And now we see the first part of the rotation. MVP moving off to the right, Mag getting a lot of cleave damage. If you're RunAway, you're pretty happy with this so far. And they
Mag
get so what? You're ecstatic with it.
And now it's just going to be cleanup here. Mag going to go down, but it's still cleanup. And you saw their MVP decide to do a split push where Finn and Valentine go from the right side trying to get pressure onto Mag, maybe get the bash and clean him up extremely quickly. But the bubbles were there for RunAway. They're able to back up, then just counter engage after this cool for MVP. And it's got so much value. MVP, after that initial engagement, needed to keep rotating, but got caught.
The problem is for MVP, because of how they ended up dying there, it's not going to be a time to really take advantage of Mag going down. Mag just getting back over here to the fight. Getting chunked a little bit in the beginning, but MVP's backing up. They're giving a lot of room to RunAway, and this plays into RunAway's hands for this sort of composition.
And you see the rally come out for Valentine now. RunAway going to be backing up towards the point here. The MVP trying to catch anyone, but Mag's going to have the Primal. RunAway still plenty of other ults in the bank as well.
Very heavy cleave damage coming in. RunAway says, yo, let's just go for the grab bomb. Grab in, bomb out. Could be busting the shield, and now Mag says, you know, it's time to get a little bit angry. Primal Rage coming in. And yeah, they're able to use the Primal. They isolate the Zarya. Now they're knocking Ryan away. So what? Just going down into the forest, observing nature up close and personal.
So what? So gone. And now it's going to clean up here for RunAway. And I mean, I think they have to be, I think MVP still could be happy about that engagement considering they got the combo out, they got Primal out. They even traded Trance without having to use Trance of their own. Or without having to use Grav, I should say. So MVP has their combo, they have beat, they're in a great position to win this next fight. They're in a fantastic position.
I do think they're going to open up with the Grav here pretty much immediately, but you know what, that's where dreams die. That's where your Grav gets in, but no, Grav not going to be in.
Solo Grav on Mag.
They go for Mag immediately, going to be answered by the beat, and the beat can be enough to let Mag live here. You jump out if necessary. MVP says, look, we're just going to let the bomb. Bomb not going to catch anything. RunAway able to get away, and oh, Finn, he's been in this movie before, just getting isolated, juggled right out of the fight. RunAway up 2, and they're able to play around MVP's engage.
An ambitious grab from Rookie. I mean, solo grabbing Mag, not necessarily the wrong play, but they were able to use all their cooldowns on Mag, save the beat late, so couldn't get the pick, use their grab, set up the bomb, were so split that they couldn't focus. So MVP's engage, not very strong there. In fact, I would have much preferred if they had used the beat aggressively to move forward, get RunAway into a better position, and then set it up, but they tried to open it up with Rookie's solo grab, and they just didn't get enough value.
And there's a very tiny window here where they have Transcendence, RunAway doesn't, but they're not going to be able to capitalize on windows. I mean, as far as ult tracking goes, it's not a perfect science. They have to assume that they have Transcendence. Now they do. And oh my, look at So What. He's just getting so heavily pressured. They have to transcend on reaction. Hisu, he can just wait here in the ground and be like, I'm going to wait till the prayers end. And now that you're not praying anymore, here comes the grab and the follow through. Absolutely decisive.
I don't think the bomb was necessary.
No, that was...
There was no support ults at all for MVP.
That was sending a message at that point.
RunAway now chasing the spawn. This has been an incredible defense so far for RunAway. They have 10 seconds left to touch the point for MVP. So what? Oh, just about on his second shatter of the map.
RunAway versus Vancouver Titans when is kind of what I'm seeing here. This is just, again, it's not even that MVP is doing anything.
They're giving up ticks? Did they just give up a tick?
They did give up. No, I think they got their time. The tick was not given up.
No, the tick was given up, I believe.
No, now it has been. It wasn't before. For a moment, it was not. He got off the point for a split second. Now it's 33%. So, all right, technically winnable still for MVP, but from what we've seen here, not very likely.
When you're spawn camping so hard that you lose a tick to the hamster, to the Hammond there. Now the cleanup is out. RunAway, they're back on point. So that was a brutal defense. And MVP had the ability to win it in that one fight, but they just didn't have the best grab. It was just not a great grab combo.
And unfortunately, that's all it really took in the end. Mag, again, very good Primal Rage, very good entry cleaves. You would really have to struggle looking at how this went down to find any real imperfections with RunAway here. And let me tell you, we're generally pretty critical of teams here. We will find your weaknesses, but for RunAway, there wasn't a lot to speak of here. They were just playing absolutely excellent.
They just played perfect on just about. I also think MVP weren't playing the best game they could in terms of their ult usage, but really RunAway just played that excellently. So right now there is a win condition on the field for MVP though. They do have the ability to win or tie. So it's not all hope is lost.
The tie would still be ridiculous where it is technically possible. And now that they've actually gotten a tick on the board, RunAway would have to get up there, get a tick, but literally nothing else. Where, I mean, I'm down for that. Like, please, let us make the interesting draw, not the standard draw. Just, it's not super likely because, I mean, everything else aside, RunAway's just been looking far superior.
I actually wouldn't be surprised at all if RunAway comes out on the Sombra comp. With QOQ on the Sombra, simply just because it's a fight winner, you know? You just need one fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even like one full fight, really. Just like MVP not paying attention for a moment. You can legitimately back cap on a Sombra in the right engage, and MVP might not notice. So, yeah, I think Sombra would be fine here, but RunAway, they don't even need to do that.
They don't need the Sombra. I mean, they're so confident on 3-3, which I think is the objectively better comp, that it works out for them to just stay on 3-3 anyways. It was more of just, I think it would have been fine for them to go Sombra too. Now RunAway moving here towards the point, looking for the engage.
Well, immediately going forward, just winning the poke battle quite a bit. Mag, though, getting low. Healed back up, armor pack just in time. Jasper getting low. MVP having to give up space because of how low Jasper is. They're looking for the finishing blow on him, but Jasper, arming the orb on him, able to stay alive. But while this is going on, RunAway still diving in, but a little bit too deep. They end up losing Shui. MVP still very much.
Oh!
The D-back!
That's pretty big. That's a fight winner. That's a map winner. He just notices as soon as So What turns his shield there. That's a 5-man shadow.
Oh,
that's that. Yeah, that's an earned taunt.
Look at me. Look at me. As he... I was... Okay. Just to tell you what's going on, we have to get back in front of camera after that, right? I was just mesmerized.
He was mesmerized. I was trying to get back in position. You see So What turns around. He turns to the shield for a second. Mag sees that, drops the shatter, and it was really big.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I mean, nothing much more to say. Just a really good shatter. Just a really, really good shatter. There's not much else to put in perspective there.
No, and I mean, in the end, did they need that gigantic play to finish out? No, but you know what?
It was flashy.
It was flashy.
It looked nice.
So, I mean, what more can you say? RunAway, absolutely crushing it right now. MVP, who's looked really good over the course of the season. Again, they're 2-1 right now. It would be hard to say right now. They're the ones that are looking like the 0-3 team perhaps from earlier today because RunAway simply in a class of their own. Is there going to be any hope for MVP? Can they somehow bring this back? Well, right now it's not super likely, but if it is, we'll find out after the break.